Hey friends, and welcome to Quiet Time Crafts. My name is Morgan, and today we will be taking these ordinary toilet paper holders and turning them into something fun and creative. So let's get started. One of my favorite things to do with toilet paper holders is to make different types of animals. There are so many options of animals to make. However, today I will be showing you how I make a lion. And when we're finished, it's gonna look something like this. The supplies that you're gonna need for this craft are 2 toilet paper holders, orange paper or orange cupcake holders, yellow paper, black and brown markers, yellow paint, a paintbrush, glue, and scissors. Okay, so to get this craft started, you're going to take one of your toilet paper holders and you're going to take your yellow sheet of paper. So what we're going to do first is work on the body of the lion. So you're going to need your glue. We're going to lay the toilet paper holder down, and then we're going to glue around it, wrap it up, and then cut it out. So I'm going to finish this up and we'll move to the next step. Okay, so I have my body of my lion wrapped in the yellow paper. So now what we're going to do is cut his shape out. So what you're gonna wanna do is you're gonna wanna pinch the toilet paper holder like this and find the side that you want to start cutting his legs out first. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna think of this as a profile. So we're gonna cut out his side view of the legs and also the front view of his legs. So you're gonna pinch just like this. Take your scissors. Okay, so I cut his little legs out. So you see there's the side of his legs, here's the front of his body. So now, same idea, we're going to pinch it again along the side of his body, and now we're going to cut out the profile of him. So we're going to arch his back and then create him a little neck. So here we go. Okay, so you'll see when you cut it out like that, his neck will actually be really pointy. Don't worry about that because you won't see it by the time we're done. You can actually just snip off the top piece of it if you want to. So here you go. This is what it should look like. Got his little legs and neck. So you'll notice that the inside of him is still brown. This is an optional thing. I like to just paint the inside color of the toilet paper holder as what I have on the outside. So I already have my paint laid out for me. And I'm gonna paint the inside of his body real quick, and then we will move on to that next step. Okay, so I have the inside of him all painted yellow, matching outside. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna work on his head shape. So you're gonna need something circular, and I mentioned before in the supplies list that you can use cupcake holders if you want to, or a piece of paper. So I'm gonna be actually using the cupcake holder, and I'm actually gonna use this as my circle template for his head. So what you're gonna do is, if you do this option, I'm gonna show you how to do if you have just normal paper too. So you're going to fan out his mane a little bit, and you're gonna take the leftover yellow paper that you have, and you're going to lay it down flat, just like so. And you're going to take your marker, you're gonna push it down like this, and then we're going to trace along the outside Okay. So I'm gonna clean it up a little bit. It doesn't have to be perfect because we're gonna just cut it out. Okay. So I'm gonna take my scissors real quick. And we're really gonna use this as a template because we're gonna take the second toilet paper holder that we have and cut out the circle there because that helps give support for his head. Okay. So here's the second toilet paper holder. We're going to just cut directly down the middle. You're gonna fan it out, bend it up, just like this. Take that circle that we had earlier. So this is gonna be the actual template that I'm gonna use. Cut this out and put it on the yellow paper. Cut out 2 circles, identical, and then I'm gonna show you how we make the face after I cut all that out. Okay, so now I have my 2 identical circles. So one's gonna go on the front of his face and we're actually gonna draw his facial features on it. And the other half will go on the back of where his neck is, so then it kind of hides his neck. So that's why earlier I said it doesn't really matter what your neck shape looks like. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna take this and glue it onto our toilet paper holder circle. And then I'm going to draw him a little face, and then we're going to work on the mane. So I have his little face right here. So that's what it'll look like. Okay. So now we're gonna work on the mane. And like I mentioned before, I'm gonna use the cupcake holder. So I'm gonna start with that one, and then I'll show you what it would look like if you were to use just orange paper. So I'm gonna take my cupcake holder, I'm gonna fan it out, and then I'm going to cut on each individual line. And that's why I like using the cupcake holders. I found that it just makes the mane fan out a lot better and you have it a lot more to work with. So I'm gonna cut this out real quick and then I'll show you how to do the other one. So you'll see it's all fanned out and shaped like a mane. So I'm happy with how that turned out. So now I'm going to show you what the other option would look like if it were to be on orange paper. So like I mentioned before, I'm using the cupcake holder as my circle template. So you fan it out so it's a large circle. Okay, then you're going to take your orange paper, lay your circle out flat, and you're going to just trace it. So I have my large circle, cut it out. So then what you would do is you would take the lion's head and glue it down in the center of the circle. Then you would take your scissors and you would cut all along the perimeter, and then you could shape your mane to whatever shape you wanted to. So that's the second option. Like I mentioned, I'm going to be using the cupcake holder for mine. So I'm going to take the head, paint my glue. Okay, so there's the front of his head. And so you'll notice that the mane looks really long. Another reason why I like to use the cupcake holder is because you can go in with your scissors and trim it up. So that's what I'm gonna do real quick. So here's our head. Now is the time we're going to take the neck, and we're going to glue on his head. And you can place him however you want to. Let me do that real quick. Okay, so there he is. So, you know, we cut out 2 circles before. So here's that second piece. So I'm gonna add glue all over it, and then we're going to stick it on the back side of his head so that it covers up that neck. So there he is, he's all cute. And now all he is missing is his tail. So if you saved any of your scrap pieces of yellow paper, I would just take a little sliver and cut out this. Then you can take your brown marker and just color the little piece at the bottom, just like that. You can do both sides. Just like this. And then you can just cut. Oh, my markers are rolling away. Okay. So that's what my tail looks like. Just gonna add a little glue on the end. And there you have it. So you have a cute little lion made out of your toilet paper holder. So this is just a fun little activity that you can use and play with. Even though I focused on making a lion today, I wanted to show you some of the other animals I have made. So here's my giraffe. I made him using a paper towel holder. And then here's my zebra. I made these other animals using the same method as I did the lion. It's just a fun way to get creative and make different types of animals, and I'd love to see what you can come up with as well. Well, that's all the crafting fun we have today, you guys. Thanks so much for watching. If you liked today's video, please be sure to like and subscribe below. And I'll see you next time.